Good boy, Bane.
This is Bane, and he's going to be our example for filing black nails. We're also clipping, so you can learn what to do at home. The first thing about black nails is you can't see where the veins are. And he's a good example because he's a little extra in a special way.
This thing that she attached to him it's called the groomer's helper. It's like a third arm. Some dogs get extremely excited on the table, and it kind of helps us keep them up there safely.
Now at home you will need a partner to help you hold because you do not have this. But the first thing, I guess we'll get right into it.
All right.
You can only see the veins from underneath after you clip them. Obviously you can't see anything. You can kind of see the pink here underneath, but there's really no indication of where it is. This is how you're going to find out. Yes, I know. Cut little by little until you can see a black dot. I think we can already see it here.
Well, Bane gets his nails cut very regularly, which is also a really important part to maintaining healthy nails.
It's gonna feel soft and it's gonna look almost moist in the middle. And that's kind of how you know you're getting close, and you don't want to draw blood. Can you see kind of up close where it's at?
I zoomed in a little for them.
We're gonna see if we can find a better one. Now that kind of guides you to how to do the other ones, because now you know how much length to take off on the next ones, because you can see where the vein is, but still go very slow. With black nails, you only cut little by little.
We thought this video would be very important to make because we do have a lot of clients who ask the question, how do I cut my dog's black nails at home? Or, you know, just walking in with the bold statement, I don't cut my dog's nails very much at home because they're black and I've made them bleed before. Or I've taken them to other groomers and they cut my dog's nails too short because they're black. It's not always the case. I don't want to defend every professional, but we pretty much, we all have to play a guessing game when it comes to these dark nails. But the key to keeping them safe and keeping the dog safe is to go little by little. If they bleed, it's not the end of the world. It's not like they're gonna, you know, pass out or anything like that. It's not that much blood, but it could be a little nerve-wracking for them, and it is something that they rarely forget.
Very important. You need this at home in case there's an accident. You can use baby powder or flour, but they're going to lick it off. This will stop it, and it's also an antiseptic. So you need this if you're going to ever attempt this at home.
We're not saying, oh, you need to do your dog's nails at home. That's not the point of this video. It's just we have, in the years of us doing this, have ran into a lot of clients who try it at home. So if this video can help just one person, that's what we're shooting for here.
Now this one, you can see the vein, the pink right here, but it's underneath. So obviously I don't want to cut all the way from here, because typically you'd go in the direction flush with the nail, the way it grows on its own. But since his are growing this way, we can only take the tips off because his are pretty maintained.
Bane thinks hands are chicken.
Yeah, he's very mouthy. Sorry, guys.
So he's such a good boy.
Typically, you would cut in the direction that the nail grows. So you go out like, what is that, 45 degrees?
Sure. Sure.
But since his are already well maintained, I'm just cutting the tips off for when I file.
Basically, what she's saying is that you don't want to go blunt, flash to the skin or anything like that. Don't do that. Shave little by little and try to do it in an angle. The veins kind of tend to grow with the nail, and since you see nails grow in these little sharp angles, you know, hence that tells us that the veins are going to grow in an angle. Just trying to, it's another precaution we take to be safe. Hi, Baby boy.
His veins are a little harder to see.
Well, not all of them look really fleshy. but they're there, you know.
This
like,
is a perfect example because this one's very hard to see. That's why I only take little by little. The only way you could tell is because it's soft under here and pink.
not every dog likes grinding. What Tina's doing right now is she's gonna go ahead and soften up all the edges with a grinder. Sometimes grinding takes training. We kind of get them used to it. We want to start them pretty young, and it's something we do very frequently to keep the sharpness away. Nail clipping can cause jagged edges and stuff like that that may be a little sharp when your dogs are jumping on you, showing you love as soon as they leave from the groomers. So grinding is something that we do like to do to get the nail a little shorter and to also smoothen the edges, but not all pups are happy with it. Bane's been getting this done since he was a baby, so look at how patient he is with this grinder.
It's also important to note that the proper way would be to pick the back legs up also, but since he's my dog and I know he's fine and I know how much to take off, I can just leave his feet down here. So it's a little easier for him, but typically you wouldn't want to do that because you can't really see what you're doing.
Let's show them how you pick up the back leg.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. Sorry.
So you just pick it up behind them.
Naturally, in the direction that the dog's comfortable with.
You're not gonna pull it out away from their body. You're not gonna pull it forward. Just try to do it in a very comfortable way. If they're running, this is typically how they're gonna lift their legs. So.
And it's gonna be uncomfortable for the dog a little bit, regardless, just because you are holding
Lifting.
their leg, like he's doing right now.
Well, we just little demonstration of how you would do it if you had to at
As comfortable
home.
as possible for your dog, and his preference might be different than his.
We have a couple clients. We actually have one in particular, Nikki, who likes to lay on his back. And Mom says that she works with his feet at home in between grooming, with him lying on his back. That's pretty cool.
And for that, we'll just show how we hold the front leg properly when you're doing it at home. Natural. Don't, like she said, not out, not really forward. But some dogs might be into that, so it's kind of whatever your dog lets you do. But the more natural of the position, the easier it's going to be for both you and the dog. And by doing this, we might even get a better idea of where his vein is. Just want something a little easier for people to see at home. Yeah, this one, you can see it really good here. All right, I'm going to flip it. Look, see this pink? That's all vein. And see, like, we can't any closer, he'll be bleeding. But see, he's not in any pain, and it's a very clear sign of when to stop.
Look at those fresh nails. Typically, you want your dog's nails to be like bangs. See how they're off the ground. So when he's walking or he's running outside and doing his natural daily activities, his nails are not interfering with the way he walks. By letting the nails get too long, they tend to start to touch the ground. They'll touch the ground and it creates like a small little curve in their joint, because what they're trying to do is move the toes side to side to keep the nail from touching the ground. Because if it's touching the ground while they're walking or they're running, it's pushing that nail back into the joint, which is painful. So the reason why nail maintenance is very important for your pet is because you want to keep them as comfortable as possible without, hurting them or scaring them away from this. This is something that needs to be done typically every 4 to 6 weeks.
And you don't want to hear them clicking on the floor constantly. It's another good sign that it's time. You will always hear some clicking, but when it's okay, every time they take a step, you're hearing it, it's definitely time. That's a pretty easy indicator, but there's obviously more to it than that, like she was saying before I interrupted.
Also, sometimes you'll get your dog to the groomer because maybe it's been a long time, and you'll hear the groomer say, we can only get it as, so short, but they still look long and they still seem long. The longer you go without trimming the nails or without proper nail maintenance, the longer the vein is going to grow. So the vein takes advantage and sprouts as the nails are growing and not being maintained, which in the future can turn into an issue, because when you take them to the groomer or to the vet or try proper nail maintenance at home, you can only go so short, which is not really helping much of the problem. Can this be reversed? Yes, this can be reversed. typically by bringing the dog in every 1 to 2 weeks. We like to do it every like week or two just to get the veins to come back as quickly as possible. And the way we try to do it is grinding. A lot of them don't like grinding, so we'll go ahead and we'll use the nail clippers, but grinding is the best way just because it's going to get it as close to the vein as possible.
And if you can't do it at home after showing you this video, there are options. Like, you can come see us. We have better stuff to hold them, and we're a little more experienced because it is very scary. This is an example of what it looks like every 3 weeks to a month of regular nail maintenance. So you know, your dogs may or may not look like this, or if they do a lot of running, that's important, like on concrete, their veins will be a little more receded. But typically this is
a good
nail goals.
There is a little bit of a difference too if your dog is a large breed or a small breed. Small breeds are lighter on their feet, so sometimes bringing them in every 3 to 4 weeks or every 4 to 6 weeks is still not enough. You'd have to like bring them in a little more often, or just try a little bit of grinding in between, because they're lighter on their feet, so they're not applying much pressure at the toenails, and that's also helping those veins, you know, take advantage. But for the most part, proper maintenance should be every 4 to 6 weeks.
Absolutely.
Babe, you did wonderful.
And subscribe to us for teeth brushing, and we should do a D-shed in the future. So you can look forward to that. Probably not with him, though. He's a little dramatic.
Have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.
I'm going to turn it around.